This is from Plettigol, who works in Germany. So Bild yesterday had the report about George Mendes representing Adeyemi, having talks with Manchester United, separate entity, separate story. We then get Plettigol, who works for Sky Germany in Germany, reputable German transfer journalist. He says Man United have inquired about Adeyemi and obtained information from George Mendes. The situation continues to be monitored. Dortmund is still pushing to extend Adeyemi's contract, but no agreement has been reached. It remains unclear whether Dortmund will actually include a release clause in the new deal. However, Adeyemi/Mendes want to have one included. So the Adeyemi story does take a twist in the sense that it's becoming more vocal, the Man United and Adeyemi links. Now, I said to you yesterday, I would like to see Adeyemi signing for Manchester United. I would. And I had a lot of comments with a lot of likes on the video yesterday morning. And I was having a little laugh with my coffee because people were saying, oh, this is the guy who said in the summer, we don't need Semenyo, we've got Cunha and Mbeumo. So why does he now want Adeyemi? Yeah, good one, bro. Yeah, another comment. Yeah, this is from the guy who said he doesn't need another number 10 because we've got Cunha and Mbeumo. Literal thinkers, red or green thinkers, nothing in between thinkers, not amber thinkers, no context thinkers. I'll explain it to you. Apologies to those who already understood, but I'll explain it to you. With Semenyo, certain outlets talk shit, kept linking us to Semenyo, that we were in talks with him when we never were. We were never in talks with Semenyo. Oh, Man United are in for Semenyo. Man United are in talks for Semenyo. We were never in talks with Semenyo. Cunha was priority number one. We had that deal done in March. We just finalised it in, was it May or June? And then Mbeumo was option 2. And we got him done. We started talking to him in May and we got the deal done in July. We never had advanced talks with Semenyo. So Semenyo talks I've always been dismissive of because I know we weren't in advanced talks with him. In the summer, I probably have said we don't need Semenyo because we've got Cunha and Mbeumo in the summer. Do we need another 10 at the moment? No. We need midfielders. Absolutely. We need midfielders. We need a backup striker. You could argue we need a wing back. We need all those people before we need another number 10. But we're talking about next summer. We're not talking about the January transfer window. We're not talking about last summer. We're talking about next summer. And what I've just spoken about there is that if Mason Mount can't deal with 2 games a week and Xerxes is gone and Bruno is gone, then you're basically down to Cunha, Mbeumo, Ahmad. And you'd start all 3 of them because Ahmad would play right wing back. So looking at someone like Adeyemi then could make sense. Looking at someone like Semenyo then could make sense. So next summer, which is when this deal would happen, it could make sense. But not now, not last summer, and not in the January transfer window. So I hope that makes sense to you. We don't need a 10 at the moment. To put the cherry on the top of that, I like Adeyemi. So I'm not a massive... I think Semenyo is a very good player, but he's not a player that makes me go, oh, I think he could be generational. You know, I think Adeyemi could go to Liverpool and be the next Mo Salah. I've said that before. I think he can go to Barcelona and be a fantastic player. I like Adeyemi. You might really like a player that we don't need. Like, you might really like, I don't know, it might be a goalkeeper that you really like. You might like the Barcelona keeper. We don't need them because we've got Lamens, but you might like them. So I like Adeyemi. Do I think we're in for him? Honestly, I think it is time to bring it out because it is the last international break before a transfer window and there's a lot going on. We do need to remember the 5 principles of a transfer that we basically invented this. Maybe we should trademark it. Oh, don't get me started on that. Somebody on the watch along for England last night said that Cole Palmer wants to trademark the words Cole Palmer and the celebration. I ain't got a massive problem with trademarking the words Cold Palmer because why would you ever say that unless you are talking about Cole Palmer? But he can't trademark I'm fucking cold. I mean, he didn't come up with that. As I said, people on the Titanic were waiting to sink going like that. What was Cole Palmer going to do? Get in the bloody DeLorean, go back to the future and say, that'll be 10 grand each. Yeah, we're freezing cold and we're about to, you know, sink to our frozen death. No, you're using my thing. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. But anyway, we probably should trademark the 5 principles. We're not going to trademark the 5 principles of a transfer. But when I look at this Adeyemi story, I go 5 things. 1, it's totally true. 1, it's totally bullshit. 2. 3, it's the club using Man United to, generate interest from other people. I don't think it's that. 4, it's the player trying to get a contract at Dortmund using his agent. Or 5, it's the player using Man United to get interest from other people. I think it could fall into either of those categories. It could be totally true, but I think it's one of the 3. We either genuinely are interested in Adeyemi, or we're being used as a, negotiation tool for the contract he wants at Dortmund, or 3, we're being used to generate interest from other clubs for a transfer. Take your pick. I think at the moment, I wouldn't like to say what it is. I'd like to think it's true at some point, but it could also, actually, you know what, let me be honest. I think this ends in him signing a new contract at Dortmund, if I'm being completely fair.